Hi, welcome to the channel. My name is Carl Goblin. This is the Goblin Cave, and we are back with our Rusty Daggers campaign. We are over 40 episodes in. As always, I'm quickly loading up YouTube with our Goblin Cave RPG just to kind of get an idea of how many episodes we are, because I never check before we go live. We are up to 47 episodes today. We've been going for over a year. We've had a few cast changes over through that time, but we still love our cast and we love the story and how it's shaped and moved over the time. So we'll quickly go to our cast, and hopefully I'm mute on this time. So hi everybody.
Hello.
So one short at the moment. Peach is not here. Hopefully it's just a misunderstanding with the daylight savings and changes of time, and hopefully Peach is able to come in. But there was some technical issues last week, not just with the normal turning off the camera to save bandwidth so we could at least hear, but also with the mic also dropping. So I can't hear you, Emmy.
We can't hear you, Emmy.
Why can't you hear me?
I can hear
Oh,
you.
there
now.
you are.
Your mic is up.
No, but
Well,
I'm using
no,
this thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's understand.
And we adjusted the microphone before because it was really loud, and now it's cutting out.
Myself up.
Fine balancing act.
Yes.
But yeah, so I was just wondering if you could hear that because there's like something going on outside.
Nope, not yet.
No, can't hear anything outside.
All good.
What we can hear is the amazing Syrinscape. What a great segue. Which is our background audio and our background ambience noise. And in some campaigns, it's also our box text voice acting, because I don't really do voice acting. So if you want to have some really amazing adding to your campaigns, check out Syrinscape. They can really set a mood for an encounter, be it festivities or be it horror. They have you covered. Sci-fi, fantasy, Call of Cthulhu, it's all there. Check them out for your role-playing and board game needs as well. Yay. And they're not a sponsor, so that's just me going, they're amazing. But if you're going to sponsor us, Ben, please, like you please, yes. You have my details, yes. Yeah, please.
Not begging or anything, but please.
No, not begging. Well, no, I can beg. I'm a performer. I've been a performer for many years. Performers are used to begging.
I can beg on my knees.
Yeah. Not sponsored, but yes, please. Yes, totally that.
I'm not quitting Barbie Girl at all. It's fine.
So we'll do our introductions and we'll do our housekeeping, and then maybe a last time on the show, like last episode. So Nia, would you like to do your intros?
Sure. Let's do this. Hey everyone, I'm Nir. I play Mava, our half-elven druid / witch. I don't know what happened last time anymore, really, other than like some weird charcoaly dark vision thing that happened, and a lot of just other RP things I think happened in like a bathhouse, and then like at our inn or whatever we were at. I don't remember. I'm tired. Sorry. Yeah, let's get into this and figure out what's going on at this festival. I think that's supposed to happen, right?
Don't worry, we're all tired from either staying up too late, being up too late, or being up too early. I think we're all in that tired.
Soon.
All for me. All a case of all of them.
Exactly.
Everything at once.
Yes.
All at once.
I was up very early this morning
Ooh.
against all sensible judgment.
So this guy, tell us about yourself and tell us about being up and being up late as well.
Hello, I'm Sky Blue Shakes. I do the music and I play Kobold Fighter / Wizard. And yeah, last week, what I remember from last week is we stopped. The kids were like rioting or something. Oh no, they were in the quarry about to go riot, and we stopped that. I wouldn't say riot, but they were going to have some fun. It was, but it was mostly introspection, I think, last week.
Yes.
It was a chance to unwind.
Yeah.
And I've just realized because of we're doing Call of Cthulhu, I'm not gonna be here next week, and then Call of Cthulhu is the week after, and then I have one more after this episode. There's one more episode with Kip before I take a 5-week hiatus.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Wow.
just got to find a good way out.
Or we can just like.
Please don't die like Robold.
No.
A
Don't
blaze of
glory.
I fully intend on coming back, so.
I want you to know, if you did a Blaze of Glory, I think So at this point would literally just break down in tears and not have any hope left.
Yeah,
So just so you know, you're gonna destroy So if you do.
I'm gonna destroy So by leaving anyway. Jesus, it's not gonna be good.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
So we had months of planning for Will's leaving, and I knew a fair bit of what was going on. And I know a fair bit of what's going on when they return. So yes, Will should be coming back, but it's still months and months away, a lot longer than the 5-week hiatus. But Emmy.
Yes. Hi, I'm Emmy Rabbit, or you can just call me Emmy. I play Meg, the Goblin Bard, and apparently all the characters, including Meg, are having an identity crisis last session.
Meg's having an identity crisis? I didn't hear anything because Meg's so quiet.
Turn my mic all the way back up again.
No. Just Meg is quiet, not you.
Oh, yeah. No. Megan, because Meg had that conversation with Kip.
Yes.
Meg and Kip are both having an identity crisis.
Yes.
And I have to go close my screen door because there's something going on outside that's very loud.
We can't hear it yet, so no, well. But I understand the construction side of things. So we, you can help support the channel, and you can support the channel by donating $1 at a time. So every $1 or per 100 bits, you can donate lots of money. If you donate $100, even better. Like, don't mind that. Like, we please, yes. I'm not ashamed of begging. I really am not. I've been a performer for many, many years. But we'll keep it simple. We'll go down to the $1 mark. So every dollar or per 100 bits you donate, it helps out the channel, and you can also help out the cast by doing so if you do a hashtag of who that person you want to support, either the player name or the character name, and we'll give that person a dice to use on attack rolls, saving throws, or skill checks. And they can use it when they need to, whenever they need to, or they can, on rare occasions, donate it to someone else if they think that they're going to benefit from not the loss of one of their friends, generally speaking. So every time you do donate, though, it increases in value, and so it goes from D4 to D6, D8, D10, D12, and so on. If it gets past D12, though, no matter who you're going to give the dice to or who you thought you were giving the dice to, I get a D20. I will use it because the next donation that comes in, I will lose it. That's the other thing is, if you donate to somebody else, the first person loses it. So there's only one active in at the time. It is a case of using your donation when you can and as quickly as you can. But there's also the option of, do I wait and hold on it and hopefully it goes up and get a bigger dice. So there's a to and fro with all that system. But it's fairly, yeah. If you donate, you can see how it works. No? Okay, worth a try. So last week was certainly a week of quiet introspection and breaking downs, and just a slowdown of proceedings. There's been a lot of action, there's been a lot of combat, a lot of morality testing, a lot of drama. And so last week, when the return to the town, there was some bathing and some cleaning, and Mavis smells like pot puree currently, which is kind of disturbing and weird, actually.
Smells like literally every type of essential oil possible.
Yep. And Meg almost burnt down the inn, which they stay in, because no one actually warned Meg that the kitchen has a propensity of burning down. A long history, actually, of burning down, which is why it was never actually being used, or it was rarely being used when the characters were there. I think Kip is still very much on edge, and having quite a lot of crisis about moralities and about is it good enough to be good, or is it bad if you're good to be seen to be good? I think that's about right. Am I close?
Morality is basically a thing that it's a theme with my characters.
Yes. I think that comes from the fact that you want to be good to save the children and to save the innocents, but then you didn't care about stealing from the family.
Because they didn't know.
Yes, because they didn't know that you stole from the family. It's a weird thing. Although that said, you were always going to get the bag of holding as a reward. You just stole their life savings.
Kip didn't know that.
No, you didn't, and you wouldn't have known that.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Yes. You also broke into the barber shop, and found out that the barber wasn't all that he seemed to have been, and he had a bit of a dark past. He was one of the only one of the. I'm reluctant to say cult, but I will say the believers. That were a group of townsfolk that were trying to run things from the shadows, and they had their own little organization under the town in a old temple, a cult adjacent could be an apt way of putting it, but believers is actually the text used in the game. But he was the only one to actually escape. And you just, as you left after stealing a few scissors and bits and pieces, you left the wanted poster which you found in his room on the front counter for the next person to find. You also found out that the town of Red Lark is holding elections now that there's kind of a bit of a there's a lack of elder statesmen in town, and the town needs a refreshment and someone to look up to, someone to represent them, and someone to move the town forward after this recent incident. So there are elections being held the next day, and there are also a festival being planned the next day. Yesterday, though, you came across some of the children acting a bit suspiciously and followed them to their base of operations. And when I say base of operations, we're talking about 50, 60 children, thereabouts, all the children of the surrounding area, and they were getting organised by your proteges, people that the Rusty Days have taught, and even trained in mischief, combat, or how to drink like a man, apparently. So one of the things that they were doing, although they didn't really get to know the plans, is that they were handing out their copyright pending, or patent pending, I should say, darkness spells, which are essentially exploding bombs of charcoal dust. And in doing so, you exploded that Arona exploded that over the children, the majority of them. And yeah, that's a thing. And then scared quite a few of them in the darkness as well. So you still don't know what the children were up to, but you think that you've at least dissuaded their main plan of what they were up to, what they were wanting to do. But that just goes to show us that if you're going to train a group of rebels, it's always good to keep leading those rebels, otherwise those rebels may do their own thing. That's Politics 101.
Trouble. They're gonna get into trouble.
I think the whole, if you want to see them get into trouble, go see the first episode. These are the same children that attacked the party in the very first episode on the bridge. with again their patent pending darkness spells. But they also were summoning animals as well by throwing kittens into the wagon. But that was a long time ago now. That was a good 46 episodes ago,
Right.
actually.
Leave the kittens alone.
But they make great summoned animals, and they scratch everything thrown into a coach of surprised adventurers.
I can understand why Robold hated children.
Yeah. Yep. There's probably more to that as well. I think there was a bit more to Robot hating children in the story, but I think we didn't do anything special that night, and we're going to start our scene once again in the morning, in the town of Redlark, in the Swinging Swords Tavern, which is again pretty much empty.
I've got a message from Peach because I messaged her on Twitter. She says she gave you a heads up.
Okay.
On Discord that she might be late or something.
Okay.
She's finishing up some stuff right now.
No problem. I'm not getting full notifications from that, so yeah, okay, no problem. Oh yeah, cool, gotcha, yep. Now I get the notification. Now I'm checking it physically, it's like, oh, yes, she did. Cool.
Well, there we go.
My Discord's being really weird for me.
Discord does.
Yeah.
Discord does a lot of weird things.
Yeah. So again, we probably start with Meg doing, trying to figure out how to do breakfast without cooking.
Salad.
Maybe could help with that.
Are you gonna try and feed a kobold salad?
I don't know. I'll make sandwiches. I'll have cold meat sandwiches.
So what's happening in the morning? What are the plans for the day? You've got one day until the elections and the festival.
Well, being that Mavis taken over that really large room that had the plans in it, she's going to bring those out and put them on the table and get everyone that she can together to look at the said plans, because they've been sitting there for a while.
So that was it. We also finished. That's right. We finished last episode with, oh yeah, there's plans, and
renovations.
Yes. While
everyone's sitting around to look at the plans, I hand out cold meat sandwiches and tea.
Cold tea?
Could I have heated up the tea?
You don't know. Do you want to risk heating?
If you say that, I'll offer to use prestidigitation, because prestidigitation can do that.
I can also do produce flame.
It is in the description. It can heat or cool food.
Yep.
So I'll basically be the microwave.
My tea.
Bing.
Get brand a microwave.
And
Wait,
that's,
don't I have prestidigitation too? I don't know.
And that's why streamers, it's always important to have the cordless headphones so you can do that trick.
Yes.
Yep.
I do have fun, but it messes up my hair, so these don't.
I have prestidigitation as well, so I can also be a microwave.
So you're cooking with prestidigitation carefully.
I just like Mavis got all the plans out, and there's two just little people over here spinning in circles, heating up tea, and I'm just like,
yeah, they're weird.
They just reminded me of that fucking dumb meme. It's like, why do guys only want bitchy bimbos who walk all over them? Beep beep beep. Fucking microwave. I'm glad someone got it.
oh good God, I love it.
Oh no. Okay.
I'm a memer.
It's a very obscure reference. I'm glad someone got it.
Okay, so as you pull out the plans, there's about 5 or 6 different plans they each involve a renovation, a substantial renovation to the residents here, to the Swinging Sword Inn, and expansion too. So in each of those expansions, there's things like guardhouses, there's barracks, there's armories. Like it's more turning the large substantial inn into a small fort for the area. And of course there's officers' quarters and things like that. So all the plans also have other buildings in the town. They have jails. They have essentially town guard and jails and stuff like that in there. They've got town halls. They've got town buildings. It's as if there's no real details in why, but it's as if these plans are for the town, not just for you. And yeah.
Okay.
So they've been sitting there for quite a while. Some of them are more opulent, but some of them focus more on the Rusty Daggers side of things and less on the town. Some of them are minimise the Rusty Daggers side of things and have more money, it seems, put into the town buildings and like the town council, town halls. There's even one which just skimps on pretty much everything and just has a massive cathedral, or not a cathedral, but a large universal church on the side.
Okay.
But it all seems to be like all of them are saying pretty much awaiting approval.
Is there like an image for this?
I don't have an image. I can put you on the town map, but I don't have an image.
Okay, no worries. Just wondering.
Where is my town
I
map?
guess it depends on each of us, but I guess what we want out of
yeah.
the plants the most.
Yeah, it's more because what focus would you like to bring to the town?
Would be a good idea.
There is one thing I would like to campaign for, and it's a bigger variation in the sizes of rooms. It's all right because it's all. I mean, for people of our size, looking at Meg, it's all right because we can sleep in bigger beds. But I remember Ward. Ward was this Goliath friend of ours, and it was so difficult. We had to find a specially sized bed. It's that massive bed in the corner. We had to bring that halfway across the town and carry it up the stairs. And I just think, and he was always bumping his head. So I think just a little bit more awareness that people of other sizes exist is what I would like to put in the pub.
Go with the small fortress. I mean, a fortress usually has larger walls, higher ceilings, all that.
So is this you're talking about the design?
That as well. Wouldn't it be better to have it all defensible and more?
Oh, sorry. We're talking about the entire out of character. We're talking about the entire town.
These plans go into the town. These plans have town buildings on them, as in new town buildings.
I thought this was just the pub.
These plans are not just for the pub, but the pub is one of the plan, like one part of the plan. But then they've got like expansion to that. They go almost to the quarries, but there's also there's obviously new buildings marked on the town. So it's as if the Silver Daggers he's putting money and investing into the town, not just into the Rusty Daggers, like into you, but into the town for town buildings.
I get you now. I thought it was just the pub. I don't know where I got this idea from.
No. That's what I mean. There's town halls on, like town hall is on every one of them, and there's like a guardhouse / jail on every one of them in the town. Some of them have expansions to to the church and other bits and pieces?
I think the first priority is a wall, a border wall. Just surrounding it to keep the forces to keep enemy, things outside. A wall you have. I've seen it. You have parapets. That's you give archers a higher ground to fire from. You can people a high advantage to keep an eye out and keep a watch out for. The wall, I think, is the number one priority.
Mm-hmm.
And a good wall, not something. I mean, depends on how much the Rusty Daggers want to give, but preferably stone. I mean, there's quarries everywhere, so there's no shortage of stone. But so that would be my first thing I would suggest is a wall.
So not a single one of them has a wall.
Right, that's okay. That's something we need to tell them about because, I mean, if you think of every city, I mean, I've not been to that many cities, but Waterdeep has these massive walls. And, that's probably how it got to be so successful because it can defend itself. I think if they want to invest in a place, they got to make sure that things don't come in and destroy the buildings they've just built. So I think that's a bit daft for them to not build a wall. Meg, do you still have that messaging spell?
Yeah, yes.
We should probably tell them. Do you need to know the person, or can I describe them to you?
I need to be familiar with the creature. You send a short message of 25 words or less to a creature with which you are familiar.
Yeah, so you'd need to know the person.
Shit.
On my I could send a raven or crow, owl, some sort of bird.
Yeah, no,
You
that
just
would
have to give
probably
me
be
a
best.
description.
Just say, yeah, I like these plans, but you've missed the major priority, which is a border wall around the city. That's so important.
Sounds good enough. I guess whoever you claim as a person, give me a description of somebody in the Rusty Daggers or the Silver Daggers.
I'm thinking of when we went to Waterdeep, we went to the Rusty Daggers headquarters. There was that kind of office area. I know the guy running it. Out of character, I don't remember who it was.
Yeah, you've met them before. You know.
Yeah, let me see if I've
several of them. Which ones you can?
Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Large, right?
Yeah.
Red larch. Missing.
It's been a while since we've actually went into details of things like that, but.
Oh no, there's a separate Silver Daggers
journals
thing.
There we go.
Yes.
So Cohen
Lord
Elston.
Cohen Elston.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll tell them about Lord Cohen Elston.
Yeah. Yeah. You think if you tried to describe Driscoll, he could be very different.
Yeah.
But yeah. So. And so what's the message? What's the message you're going to try to present?
I can deliver a message also like Meg spell 25 words.
Okay. Let's draft this. Let's draft this.
Yeah.
Remember that it's 25 words and the bird speaks it to them.
Yeah. You also know the location, so you can probably send it to the address.
There we go.
You know, the location of their headquarters. So even if it goes to the address and says it to the address and says it to someone there, they could then pass it on to whoever it needs to be. So 25 words or less. What is the words that you're trying to use?
I'm just figuring that out.
Also, if you do
because
say
I will dictate that if need be.
Ah.
Why have I not got a word count? Oh, this is word pad, not word. I don't want that.
So, He did have a contact in the inn, but I'm not going to go into that because that's still a sore point at the moment. Yeah.
Did have a contact.
It's one of the very few times I'll actually get to use this spell.
It is.
So quiet.
5, 6,
I
7,
know.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24, 25, 26, 27.
Cast the spell, it'll replicate your voice. So I could just have it replicate whatever you tell me to say.
So, as you're trying to work that out, and we can move through that.
Done it.
Oh, you've already done
Exactly
it.
25.
Okay. Wow.
Yep.
There we go.
Okay.
I'll post it in chat.
Post it in chat and read it out. So, animal messenger from the Rusty Daggers in Redlark. Town plans good, but first priority is stone border wall to keep out of danger. Amend plans kindly requested. Within a few minutes, what's the one that Megan does? That's the message. It's
Sending.
Ascending, and it just turns up in their head telepathically. Okay.
Yep. And you can do a quick response.
Yeah. So ascending is replied instead of an animal messenger. I'm assuming the animal messenger
has to fly there.
Oh, okay. That's going to take time then. Okay. Then
Yeah,
the sending will
that's why
come
sending's so much
tomorrow.
better.
The sending will come tomorrow then. Okay, cool.
Wait.
We're waiting. We're... Oh, okay. You're waiting. Okay. I thought you were telling me to wait. You're about to say something. Okay. There's a knock at the front door. And shortly after the knock, the front door opens to the tavern. I'm assuming you're in the tavern.
I'm gonna
come
go
in.
open
Just
the
you
door.
let yourself in. Why not? Yeah.
It's the constable enters the tavern, and in his hand seems to be a small kitchen knife, more like a butter knife than anything, and a piece of parchment. And he says, I wanted to speak to you, but I found this on your front door. Have you been...
A butter knife.
Yeah, and he takes it out and
was it stabbed into the door?
Yeah.
Oh. Let's have a look.
And he hands it across. He's like, "Are you guys in trouble? Because if you messed with someone."
Well, that will depend on what this piece of paper says.
I don't know. Have you been messing with halflings? Anyway, he hands over the piece of paper and it says, "It is really short, and it's written in a black substance, which you can easily determine charcoal. And it just says, 'You mess with our plans, but not all of them.'" And that's it.
The little ones.
So,
It's got to do with halflings.
yeah, well, it wasn't at normal level.
Right.
It wasn't
It
wasn't like this tall on the door. It was like a little bit lower.
You mean like child height?
Halflings. You don't call them children. You call them halflings.
You mean like the small ones out there that are literally running around, like the little human ones?
Well, we don't really have many. I don't think we've got any halflings in town.
Yeah.
Human children, you know,
You
like
think
No, the
small
thing is,
children.
I think first of all, this is a butter knife. This isn't. If someone actually wanted to threaten us, I don't think they'd use a butter knife. Secondly, who writes in charcoal? It's first of all, out of character. Is the handwriting neat and tidy, or is it just like?
From someone that has studied Elven writing, and for a long time, this is nowhere close to refined. This is poor.
Is it poor by pirate?
Yeah, this looks like a child.
It's about pirate standards. Yeah, about pirate standards.
Maybe someone illiterate.
Yeah, possibly.
Are there a couple like messed up letters in there somewhere?
There was an incident with the children and charcoal as well.
Is that what you're saying to the constable?
Yes.
Some of my men did get reports about children running around all blacked and everything, and some of the parents didn't like them. Some of the parents didn't like them ruining their clothes. So,
yeah, I think.
Was that you?
We sort of.
Not us specifically. It was
one of you.
We overheard them planning to sabotage the festival as a prank. So we taught them a lesson.
Okay, as long as from the reports I got back was no one got harmed except for by their parents. So.
Oh, it was just a laugh. I was enjoying it. They were running around screaming in a charcoal mess.
Just.
Basically, we made it so the bags of charcoal they had blew up in their faces. Not literally blew up, but just poofed in their faces.
Why would they have bags of charcoal?
I have no earthly idea.
Bomb?
Okay. Anyway, I'm not here for that. I've come to speak to you about another matter. And I've come to thank you as well for helping out the town and for letting us borrow some coins to then do our what we needed to do to round up those responsible, those involved with what was happening under the town. We have done some investigations. I will say we will pay you back. The town is going to go in a different direction. Whoever is going to be elected mayor is going to be essentially restarting both the quarries, and the quarries are going to be town assets. No. That's tomorrow, but this is why we need the elections to then. This is the plan. This is the consensus by everyone that is involved that the two quarries are going to be taken into the town's property, and they're going to be ran for the town itself.
You're nationalising the quarries. I approve.
Well, there's no one else that's... Well, the two owners, the owners of both the quarries, were involved with the mess underground, and at least one of the quarries has an entrance to those passages. So I think it best to keep them into the town hands, keep people out of the underground, and we can at least try to use those as an income for the town to pay for possibly guards and infrastructure, and generally so we don't have to tax people as much to pay for such things.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question, but it seems you've got it sorted.
Well, there's ideas, there's plans, but we have to wait until we find out who is going to be actually elected and who's going to be running things. But the other matter, well, we've got a few other matters. I know you'll be curious about our investigations to what's going on under the ground and the people that were arrested, so I thought it best to come here now that I know that you're in town. preliminary investigations is that while we didn't round up everybody, one did escape. The barber escaped, and I don't know how he did. We had him surrounded. He still got out. We were sure that he was there. But anyway, preliminary investigations and talking to those that we've arrested, they all claim to be this club of elder statesmen, and several of them actually state that their fathers or forefathers, etc., have also been involved in this, and there's been going back a long time. That part is quite disturbing. Yes. And I mean, I've grown up in this town. I've cared for this town. I've investigated a lot of things in this town, but this seems to go back a lot further than me, where elder statesmen have gotten together to try to direct things towards the good of the town. At least that's what they say, and of course towards themselves. They all say that in the last 6 to 12 months, some of them a bit fuzzy on the timelines, that someone came into their club, an outsider, and took control of it. Someone with magical powers that could read the stones or could move they all have their own religious ways of putting things, but I think it was just a charlatan that redirected the club itself, and that person wasn't rounded up. That person has not been around ever since the hole opened up. That person's disappeared. That person's gone. That person also had, we believe, people staying at the hostel, and they've also left about that same time.
Right.
So I think that person was involved with some of the things you have been investigating.
Yeah, I don't. If they can move Earth and control stones, that would tie them in quite neatly to the Earth cult.
Yes. So I don't believe that the people involved in the townsfolk were involved, but there are some murders. There were some bodies found, so that's also going to be dealt with. And though they're all blaming each other, actually, let's face it, they're blaming the person that escaped because they're not there. So they're all claiming they're innocent, but they're all involved and they're all going to be punished accordingly, because they all knew about it.
So frustrating. Kadan had a spell that could ensure people only spoke the truth. But he's not here.
We have tried certain things, and there are ways. I do know what you're talking about, and we have tried those things, and they are skilled enough to believe what they say is the truth, and therefore that to them it is the truth, even if it conflicts with other people's interrogations, questionings.
Yeah, they're not telling the truth, but they're not lying.
Exactly. They are true believers. They believe what they believe, even if it's false.
That's really sticky.
Yeah. And so
I don't know what to suggest then.
Well, we're going to blanket punish them all, and it's not going to be a pretty one. So it's I think as a way of moving forward, we're going to do this and do it quietly. But I thought we should talk to you about that as well. It's so there was another matter.
Yes.
Yes. And there was another matter that's a little bit closer to home, though. Our men have been out on the field, like out on the roads, and they've concluded their investigation into what happened to Kaylesa.
Yeah.
Yes. It seems that what happened was that there may have been an agent in that group, and also an agent that was working here for a long time. So we have narrowed it down. We've identified the bodies and who's who. But Galida is the person that is unaccounted for. She's the only person that is known to have left with them and unaccounted for.
Galida.
Is the name of the maid which served you. Specifically served your level of the tavern. Only.
And the one we got the poisoned drinks from.
No.
No?
That was on a different tavern, but ever since you've stayed at this tavern, stayed at the ever since you stayed at the Swinging Sword, Galida has been the one that has been there doing all the bits and pieces.
God.
Like she's been essentially volunteered to serve you all this time, and we believe that she may have been an agent of someone else, and most likely the same organization which attempted to poison you a few months back. Because it seems to be the similar type of thing.
Is there a trail left from that site?
There is a trail we've tracked, and it goes a long way, and we keep on going, and we've lost the tracks. Like, our men are not trackers, but they have certainly gone a long way. They tracked him for days. They tracked it for days and then disappeared, and we can't keep on going.
No, that's fair. Oh dear. Where was her room? Her
room
in this place.
You don't really know. You didn't really understand where people's rooms were going to be, like the staff at least. You know where Kaylesa would be, but
we need to search through the stuff, but there is a staff quarters, right?
There is. Well,
or did she live elsewhere?
You're not really sure, because like she served you. You don't usually. Well, Meg knows this quite well. Meg knows this quite well, that when you serve somebody, those people that you serve don't really pay attention to where you live.
After.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask the constable.
She did used to stay in the inn.
Okay. Well, in that case, we need to search this place. Mainly, if she served downstairs, then search downstairs and perhaps.
Yep.
I'm going to assume where all these bunks are close together here.
That'll be the.
Might be. So, let's search that. I'm gonna start making a search.
Yep. So I'll move to that thing. Just a heads up, the dice rolls are not always happening and working, so there's going to be a lot of trust exercises. But as I mentioned earlier, pre-show, if every roll is a critical, I'm calling bullshit.
Basically, the dice are only showing up on the people who rolled it.
Yes. Not all the time, but sometimes. So we're going to be trusting. It's an issue currently on Roll20 for some people. It's hit all 3 of our shows. Or hit 2 of our shows this week.
I'm going to go down and assist.
Yeah.
I was gonna give guidance over to Kip, and I just hit the wrong one. I got produce flame. Yeah, I'm gonna attack Kip with produce flame instead of guidance. Yeah.
So,
I'm
Ah,
gonna do
God,
that. I'll be right back in like 2 minutes.
no problem.
Gotta go get something.
I will assist.
All right, and are you giving me advantage then?
Yes.
So you
I
got
will
guidance
help-
and advantage.
We will
Yeah.
help you look.
Investigation.
Ooh.
And it
Oh,
rolled.
that's. I don't even need a bluff. That's a 24.
Yeah. You shouldn't be needing a bluff to tell me what the dice roll is. That would be wrong. At 24, you search through the bunks. And you certainly think that this is
and
where
the chest as well.
Yeah, this is where pretty much the staff would have been. This is where, and you can see like they're not as well cared for as customers, bunks and beds and whatnot. As you're going through them, you notice that they're pretty much all cleared out. There's nothing left, but you do find a small medallion, which you haven't really seen before. Actually, no, you have seen the design before. I'll see if I can find. It's been a long time since we've done this description.
Is it?
A long
Is it
time
by
for
any
me.
chance? Is it by any chance an X with a line at the bottom?
It's been a long time since I've seen it, so possibly.
Is there any chance
You
that
have seen it.
I've seen
You have
it
seen
before?
it. Yes, yes. You know that it's the symbol that you've seen in the chapel at the
What?
in the chapel at the what's the name of that place? Riverguard Keep. Yeah,
Hold up. What? Riverguard Keep.
yeah.
Okay.
Wait. Which one's?
So I
Is
Is that the one that's on the
recognize
river?
That's the one. Well, you've never been there, but you've. Yeah.
it. I know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that you know this symbol, Meg?
I have seen it before. It was in chapel at Riverguard Keep.
And from the very brief time when
So,
we
an X with
when
the line on the bottom.
yeah, from the very brief time when we fought those men with the shark tooth swords, did I notice this symbol anywhere?
No.
Okay. Right. So this is from Riverguard Keep. Then I'm gonna hazard that that's where she's gone.
Maybe.
That's where you were enslaved, right? Sorry.
Because wasn't it very specifically? I was enslaved by the pirates, not the cult, and the cult's the Riverguard Keep.
Yeah. You were with the pirates. The pirates were employed by. Yeah.
By the Riverguard Keep.
Yeah.
Not exactly, but I did spend some time there.
Right. Well, I think if our job as the rusty daggers in this place is to root out the corruption. I think that might be the next place we've got to go. Because if they've I'm not even gonna try and justify this. I want vengeance. I want to kill the fuckers that I want to get them back. I want to get them back for killing all the people, for killing Kaelessa and all the other people who we tried to save. And if we can do some good while doing that, then it's a win-win scenario. And I suppose you might want to get... Here we go. Don't you want to get back at them for treating you so awfully?
Like, what? Get back at them.
Yeah. Do you ever get angry? Do you ever feel like you just want to... I don't know how far you've... Do you ever feel like inside you just want to scream and yell and just break something? You just want to break something. Did you never feel that? Anger.
I guess I did.
Well, that's the first thing about finding out who you are. It's not holding back. If you want to scream and shout, then you should. If you want to laugh, you should. If you want to cry, you should. Meg, you got to stop. I know it's hard, but you got to be a bit more open. I'm sorry. I'm just... You take all the time you need. I'm sorry. I shouldn't rush you, but I just get so angry knowing that they can get away with so much shit. I just want to take them down a peg. I just want to get my own back. And I feel like you should too, but I don't know. Right.
Well, I don't know.
When you fight, what is your thought process? Because you're not so shy when you fight. You fight quickly and fiercely and powerfully. You're a strong fighter. What goes through your head when that's happening?
Uh-oh.
Emmy?
Oh.
Ah, fuck. I was like, is this Meg just being really, really quiet? Or...
So it looks like we've got some connection issues. Hopefully Emmy comes back shortly.
We're now down to one. We're down to one cast member.
So
that's a new Is that a new record?
No, I think we've had everyone drop. Everyone drops when I lose connection.
Yeah. No, but barring that, of course. Have we ever had it just down to just one cast member?
I think that's about right. So we'll take a break. I know it's really early.
Yeah, good idea.
We'll take a break. We'll see if we can come back with some technical fixes. And
dear.
yeah, we're totally professional here. Totally professional. So yeah, stick around for that. Hopefully we get fixed up.
Tale as old as time.
On the
Song
upside.
as old as rhyme. Connections fucking shit.
Yes, insert cast members here. Mr. Live Producer, you should know. So yeah, we're going to be back shortly, hopefully with some cast members back. And on the upside,
Who
at least,
knows?
the studio didn't go down. Because that
Yes.
really sucks.
Yes.
So we'll be back soon. Stick around. Thank you for the support. Fingers crossed, and we'll see what goes on. This is the NBN, Australian National Broadband Network. It's awesome. We're back soon. We'll put on some Syrinscape music for you. There we go.
Quack.
And we're back. A little bit of an issue with technical difficulties, but that's okay. And I realised that, yeah, I've actually got a technical difficulties screen, which we never use, because when technical difficulties hit, it's usually the studio going blank and dropping its internet connection, not everyone else's. So we're back. I'm going to have to move the overlays just slightly. But again, thank you, Calgar, for the subscription. Means a lot with the quack, quack, quack. And yes, we're totally going to have sea monsters with ducks on their horns to lure you out to your character's deaths. And if you don't know what that's about, have a look at the recent retreat which we found. Travis does amazing artwork almost every day. Travis Hansen, amazing D&D related stuff. They're funny, they're hilarious, and they're really wicked sense of humour. So it's pretty much every day. And so pretty much every day I retweet and like his stuff because it's awesome. And yes, oh crack, you are doomed, Calgar. And I'm pretty sure you should be at work. So, do we want to set the scene back again with the with where we were of Kip and Kip and Meg?
Yeah.
Yeah,
basically,
wherever we were. I don't know where we were.
Yeah, it's.
So do you want
basically
to
just saying...
set it, and I'll, because I'm doing my stuff here at the moment. There we go. I know, totally dodgy, but hey, there we go. We've got
the essence of what I'm saying to Meg is, aren't you tired of being nice? Don't you just want to go ape shit? Hello?
Don't
Hello?
think.
Very quiet.
Oh,
I mean, is it just me, or has everyone gone quiet?
it's
no.
you.
Hello.
I think-
Okay.
Yep, she's good.
Oh,
It's just like, is it? Yeah, I'm just basically just trying to get Meg to open up a little bit.
oh, I don't think so. I just.
So, when you fight, I remember now. When you fight, what are you thinking when you fight? Because you don't hold back. You take out your rapier and you're dashing and you're stabbing and you're doing amazing things. So what makes you fight? What is
It's-
it that gives you that?
It's just something I have to do to help everyone.
But what about you? Do you feel nothing when you fight? What do you feel? It's got to be something.
Oh, I don't. Oh,
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Just... So, do we want to go after this? Do we want to? What's the plan of action? Because we know who these people are. They're the people in Riverguard Keep. Do we want to go after them, or do we want to? What's the situation here?
Just to clarify, was this a conversation between the two of you when I was gone, or was I still there in the room?
You're in the
I
room.
don't-
Okay,
you're in the
and it was
room.
just chilling in the room and hanging out, just like, I'm just gonna sip my tea over here.
Yeah, being uncomfortable normally around other people.
Yep, just keep sipping my tea.
Yep.
Mind your own business.
So what's the plan of attack? Are you going to try to redirect your efforts again to a different group, or are you going to...
What I'm asking, what?
So this River Guard Keep you said is the one that attacked? Are they the ones
Yeah.
that caused all this?
They're the ones that try to poison us. They had a traitor, and they had an agent for them working in this pub. Someone we knew, and someone I actually quite liked. And they ended up killing Kalissa and all the others. And I was just saying, as much as I want to justify, we got to root out the corruption, we got to help the people of the valley. I just want revenge. And
Revenge I can do.
if we do some good while doing that, so be it. But that's my motivation at the moment.
Revenge I can do. I like. Though maybe caution this time compared to the fire cult, and let's not charge in and die.
Yeah. Good
An
idea.
air of caution, We don't really know the River Guard Keep as well as we did, at least with the fire cult.
Well, someone
times.
does. Someone does.
I would still say hesitant. Just caution. But yes,
Mega's
let's kick the
like-
ass.
Mega's like slowly is.
Don't look at me type situation, or...
Oh.
So what would Meg like to do? Would Meg like to go back home? Or would Meg like to...
This is what I've been asking. What does
focus-
Meg want?
focus the anger elsewhere
I'm
to
guessing,
avoid that situation?
Emmy, is it quite obvious that Meg is kind of uncomfortable?
A little
Yeah, can I insight check Meg?
to see
I don't know
how
if you need to.
uncomfortable Meg is right now.
I don't think Meg's really hiding it really well.
Yeah.
Being the fact that my insight's with a +8, I don't think I need to even
Yeah.
roll to go,
Yeah.
Are you uncomfortable? Are you really? Yeah, you looks at Meg like, this is, how do we say, a tricky situation? This was your home that we're going to be going towards, correct? Or at
Was it
least the
your
place-
home or was it your prison? Because sometimes prisoners can grow fond of their prison. And it's not good.
That's what we
In
call
the real
Stockholm
world,
syndrome.
Yeah, but Stockholm doesn't exist in Faerun, so it's not called that.
That's what we call loving your imprisonment. Stockholm syndrome. It's an Elven thing. You really need to learn about it.
Yeah. Okay, we'll call it Stockholm syndrome.
I don't have another word for it. Oh, Emmy, I think you're quiet again.
I think it's just.
No, Emmy, we can't.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
okay.
get up
Okay.
right on this microphone.
I can't hear you.
You can usually adjust it in Zoom. Like
Yeah, we
adjust
turn
your-
it down
I can.
when she talks
You'll
normally,
get
but when she
it's
talks
your-
as
it's
Meg,
your-
it doesn't peak.
Because
Yeah,
I'm
it's
really
called-
quiet as Meg.
Exactly. Yeah.
I just got to get up in the microphone. I lived there my whole life.
Could I give you some advice from on perspectives and situations that I have had? You may love a place. It might seem like a home to you, but homes where you feel comfortable, not where you were raised.
Were you happy there?
Well, some places, yes.
I just, oh dear. Well, what can we do then? We let them get away with it. We let them get away with killing Kalisa, because Meg doesn't want to attack a prison. Sorry, I need to go outside and cool my head for a moment. Please, you try and talk to her, because I'm up at my wits' end. Not just you, but lots of things.
Well,
Give me a moment. And Kip just kind of walks outside.
Are you walking out the front or
we
the
can go.
back?
Don't worry.
Back.
As you walk out the back door, you get covered in soot.
Oh.
I very quickly cast prestidigitation, and it all comes off.
And then flies off in like just an explosion of black soot everywhere away from you. And so if anyone comes for the next day or so, there is a kip-shaped mark near the back door, which is clean. Everything else is black or tinted dark.
I love it.
Kip kind of he just kind of like punches the side of the door. Ow. I'll be outside.
Well, moving on from that situation, maybe it's just gonna pull Meg along, go sit down with her, just they're gonna have a nice what So calls girl talk, but she's like, I don't actually know how to talk to people. Sit down, have some tea, reheat said tea,
Just reheats it.
reheats it, hands it over, and is like,
Oh,
whenever you feel like talking, I mean, I'm good at listening. I don't really know how to talk back very well. Never really learned it much myself. We can sit here and just do whatever you want.
if we really need to go, we can go.
It's tricky. Urgency is... Yes, Killis is gone and I would like to go and help Kip and so get revenge. But at the same time, I don't want to push you and make you do something you don't want to do. You have a say in this group as well.
Okay.
Would it help if I maybe, I don't know, told you something about my own history.
Oh,
Maybe it could help you. You seem to have grown up in a rough situation. Not really a home, but a almost slave-like manner.
Oh.
Servant.
Okay. Yeah.
I know the feeling. I talked to Sol a little bit about it, but I never really told her the full thing. As a babe, I was abducted from my home. Never knew my real parents. Grew up with a rather cruel mother. Not really, I'd call her a mother. And studied magic, worked. Didn't really get a very pleasant home life. She had men coming in and out the house a lot. It was very creepy. There's things that no child wants to see. Definitely not that. And one day I found out that she was, not really what she was, showing herself to be to me. I thought she was an elven woman. Found out she was something far darker. And, upon my discoveries, I ran away. That place wasn't really home, but it always seemed like home to me because it's all I ever knew. If I went back, I'd probably want to kill her, personally. But at the time that I was 11, 12. It would have taken me years now to really get over all of that. And you're kind of in the baby stages that I was in long ago. It's harder to kind of move past things, want to attack the place you know is your home. So I understand.
If we go,
Mhm.
would I be coming back?
If you want, it's up to you. If you want to come with us, feel free. You don't have to stay there if if they tell you to. It's your decision. Would I be against you staying there? Definitely. They don't treat you like you're a person. Someone worth fighting for. And you have that here.
Oh, okay. I just. What Kip said earlier about being happy.
Mhm.
I'm happier here. And if I'm just worried if I go back, if it'd happiness would end.
I understand that. It's definitely a difficult situation. But if we go there, this will still be here for you. I don't plan on leaving. So doesn't plan on leaving. I think Kip is in this for the long haul for the rest of his life, honestly. So, we're here. And we aren't leaving you.
Right.
Good. I'll still leave it up to you, and we probably should talk to So a little more about it as well. Figure out if we all want to go. I think we should stay for the festival and then figure out from there where we want to go.
Right. Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't talk much. Never really have. I don't really socialize people, so this is a lot for me to say honestly, because I don't talk. And this is more than I've probably ever said in the last 20 years of my life. So, glad to help. And then she sits there awkwardly, just holding tea, just like,
The tea.
just drinking tea, waiting for Kip to come back. We'll just close the scene there. No, at this point, I don't have anything else to say.
I think closing the scene there works. Yep. So, is it decided that you're going to go to or start investigating Riverguard Keep?
I think so, yeah.
Ava's cool with it, but I think she wants to stay for the festival because I know So wants to stay for it, and that's like it has to happen apparently.
Doesn't have to happen.
I mean, unless Peach gets here and says she wants to go, I'm like, I don't want to just force us to leave and then have other things going on.
Sometimes that happens. It does actually just happen sometimes. And I know, Emmy, you want not to go to this because you want more time exploring. But in this case, there are things going on all the time.
I know, but...
Yeah.
Oh, poor Meg.
And unfortunately, this is one of the things which was going on. Like, yeah. And
However,
at least now, Sky, you know why what happened. With Kaylessa? As in, I know you didn't like the fact that that was out of your control, but that's actually what happened. Is that there was a spy always there. Around the party, around you. And when
so
you sent them away...
She never left.
I did just send Calessa away, but then you said, oh, they're all going to go. And I was just like, yeah, that shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. Well, she thought it best to take everybody if feels, yeah.
Safety in numbers, and then... Yeah.
But, so yeah, that...
Out of character,
also,
I definitely want to go. I want to murder people. But maybe in character's like, I'm hesitant to go just because I don't want to put Meg in that situation, but I don't want to leave Kip out and be like, oh, we can't do that. Sorry, like, Calessa doesn't mean anything, but like, she wants to help. I'm like the mediator here going, oh god, I have to play between two parties.
Out of character.
Yep.
Out of character, I'm finding it really hard to be the one driving everything. I'm so used to Peach doing that.
I know.
So now I'm just like, let's go.
Yeah, I know. It's a hard thing to do. It's like changing roles when people are not here or when characters leave, and
it's so funny to me because Kip is like not the best person with this, but it's like perfect character development because he's dealing with two people who don't make decisions.
Yeah, and rarely even talk.
So I was half tempted to just like say, "Are you sure you weren't a prisoner of the Earth cult?" Because it feels like I'm talking to a fucking wall.
Oh my god!
I mean, he almost said that. Like in character, he almost said that.
Yeah,
it's so mean.
I know it was,
but also
it
so
is,
true.
But that's like, oh god, he's so frustrated. I'm like, I can't get through to you.
Yep. So, are you going to stay for the festival, or are you going to just like, look, let's deal with this? Like, what is the plan? Are you going to stay, or are you going to just go for it?
Let's see. Vote on it. Sky, what do you want to do?
I want to go. I feel like in character, I feel like we're just wasting time, letting them get more of an upper hand if we prolong anything.
Makes sense. Emmy?
In character, let's stay for the festival.
Mm-hmm.
I know So would want to stay for the festival.
Yes, that's probably true.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, can I get a so is it a what? What's it down to? Is 50-50 or is it down to
honestly, if So wants to, I know So like last session had said so much about wanting to stay for the festival and trying to tell Kip we need to like have one good moment before we go off and do everything. So I feel like maybe it was like, we had this girl talk and we're probably gonna stay for the festival. So she's like, I want to stay just this once, and then let's go.
Okay.
What's one more day, right?
All right.
Okay.
Sure.
Yes, and Meg totally wants to delay it. Yes, totally.
So definitely, Mavis gonna definitely relay that it's like, yes, it's urgent. She wants to go, but she doesn't want to like force everyone else to go.
Yeah.
When they just need a moment.
Can I get a Meg? Are you going to help with maybe showing, like, telling people what the layout is and etc.
Yes.
So can I get?
Prepare.
Yep. Can I get a performance roll, an art roll, so to speak?
To draw.
Yes, please.
Aww.
Yeah.
You know, we don't really need a roll here because I've already got it. Yeah, that's not bad. Oops, what was that?
22. Wow.
Yep. I have a plus 11, so.
You had plus 11? I saw
actually,
the 11 and went, okay, not bad. And it's like, what?
You know what? I like this idea better now because Mr. Producer will be in next week, right? So, like, it'll be perfect. We'll be
Don't
leaving.
know. Don't know.
It'll be fine.
But you also don't know the character concept.
Oh, God.
So I don't know it for sure, but I've heard some ideas last night. So there's good and bad. It's always interesting. But let's have a look at the Riverguard Keep, shall we? So put it there. I've got to put that to GM layer to lowest, and we'll move our characters across to the map.
Fun.
There we go.
Yes, my beautiful artistic.
Your beautiful artistic map.
Actually, you know, that's not bad.
So that is the Riverguard Keep.
Did you guys actually draw this up, or is this actually the map that they gave us? That was loud.
It's a traced.
So this is the actual Riverguard Keep map with me tracing around it.
Okay. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
It's like really cute. Meg
Yeah.
just doodling it.
Yeah, and I think that would be a great way of doing it. So I can explain a few things, and you can mark on the map whatever you want. So this is the main keep area. There's servants and slave quarters in these areas behind here. The chapel.
This is Meg's room.
Yeah, I actually have that right. That is Meg's room. You've got the chapel there. You've got towers on 3 corners. And this is only the first layer. They go up higher levels on the towers. There is a seawall, essentially, along the frontier. And across here is essentially a boat chain, so you can't get in, you can't get out with a boat. There seems to be a cave that goes underneath that feeds the river. And as you can kind of guess, there's multi-levels where there's almost a river level there, then it goes up to a next level up. And barracks in the middle. And that seemed to have been an old stables. But there's no real stables there anymore. So
what's our plan? How do we want to approach this?
Well, definitely let's not approach it by the sea. That seems like a bad idea.
You reckon?
You know, I'm just saying, just don't approach it by the most obvious way to die.
Don't you have spells that can help us breathe underwater?
Actually, Yes.
Well, there
Actually,
you go.
yes. Water breathing, and I have water walk.
Oh, there's also a dock here. There's also a dock
Well,
area.
I think that is, to me, that's the most sensible place to attack from.
Is this the
'Cause-
water cult?
Maybe.
Maybe they have water spells. I don't know. Just
Probably not fight them in the water.
I know we're not gonna fight them in the water. We're going to
Oh yeah, I know.
sneak up behind them. Because if we approach from the land and they're gonna see it, it's a defensible position. It's a parapet. It's a wall. They're gonna see us coming a mile away, and they're gonna rain arrows down on top of us, and there's nothing we can do.
So
If-
water breathing, maybe we could go water breathing and go up to like one of these towers
Is that
and get around.
I asked Meg. Here, is that a cave?
Yes, there's a cave there.
And
Never,
yeah.
I've never been down there myself, but
Right, I think.
No, this is
there's-
better
there's
than the
ma-
fire cult. At least we have a plan, or at least planning.
Yeah,
you have a map.
we have a map. I think a good idea would be to approach from the dock. See, and then if we can get inside this middle building here, that can become a defensible position, perhaps. And then I don't know. Then
What
we're
if we sneak
cornered.
in from one of the towers?
Maybe.
We could sneak in from one of them and see if we can take out people as we go. So it's pretty sneaky. She probably could do it. If I cast water breathing and you got her invisibility, she could get in that place without anyone ever knowing.
I'm at a bit of a loss.
Yeah.
Other than I tried true tactics of run through and cut things.
Well, let's see. They have the
Because
main
all our
fortress.
sneak plans always end up in failure anyway. That's the
At least this
problem
time
with
we have a
sneaking.
better chance
you
of knowing what
you
we're
need
going
to be successful hundreds of times. They need to be successful once, and then the jig is up.
True. Well.
We could approach from the sea, make our way inside one of the towers on the border, and then work our way around, and then take out everyone in the towers, work our way around the wall, try and be as quiet as we can, and then if we are discovered, we have a high position to fight back from.
It'd be a better idea.
And then once we've cleared out the towers, then we can make our way into the middle. Because rather than starting in the middle and have everyone converge down on top of us, if we go around the outside on the higher parts and clean up there, then we can come back down and sort out the middle.
on the outside.
No, from the inside. So we swim in
I was making a joke.
from
Around the outside.
What if we see about sending like one or two of us in? Probably even if we can get Zoe in there invisible, she could give us a rope down to get up to the very top of the tower.
maybe. Yeah, that could work.
She could get us
That's
in.
actually another option. That's another option. If I make her invisible, but that said, that uses up a lot of my magic, and that's maybe magic I might want to save. I still don't have a lot of it.
At the very least, I could also go in, bird form.
Yeah, no, that's also a shout. You fly into one of the towers.
I mean,
Then
I could be
lower
a
down a rope.
hummingbird, I could be a raven, I could be an owl, anything really.
I mean,
And just
I could go in.
Arch.
No, you probably don't want to go in by yourself. I don't.
I mean,
That could be risky.
would they know that Meg worked with us? Oh no, wait. Did Meg come back when we sent Kalesa?
I don't know. It's been a
Mhm.
while.
Oh. They might already know that that Meg's been working with us, so I would not want to go with that option. That might be a bad one.
No.
They might know.
Mm.
Better to be stealthy, because then they might be on high alert if you did come back.
Yeah. No, we need the element of surprise.
Yeah.
That's through all of these. That is the one thing that we've tried and failed to have, and I think
Well,
that
I could
needs to be our
definitely
top
help.
priority.
I could definitely help. So
As could I.
and once we're in, I could cast Pass Without Trace. Keep us slightly stealthier as we go around, and maybe have So do some, stabbing through the back.
Maybe, yeah.
We're all pretty good.
Could I
at,
get a
murdering
Kosh,
people.
could I get a map of the Decidron Valley?
Yep, I can bring that up. There we go.
I'm just trying to figure out where this place actually is.
On the river itself. River Guard Keep.
Mm.
Oops, I'm on the wrong thing. I
Yes,
can't
there
ping
it
there.
is.
Bing!
So we've got to go through the Summer Hills to get there anyway.
Yep. And yet, kind of close to Scarlet Moon Hall.
That's where the fire cult was.
Was.
Great.
What's the Sacred Stone Monastery?
That's where the Earth cult is.
Oh, so earth, fire, water, and is this air?
Yes. They're all very close to each other.
Why do you people do this? Just murder each other. You know where each other are.
Yeah, they basically took over one big dwarven ruin.
I'm like, dude, these people seriously had to fight us. Why can't they fight each other and just kill each other?
Because that wouldn't make for a very good adventure, would it?
I guess not.
They are fighting in amongst themselves.
They are?
I
I
got
guess that
sent to join you because you were fighting the fire cult.
Oh.
that would make sense. Was that who the priestess
Okay.
was? That the woman waving watery spells around everywhere?
Yes.
Hmm.
Was originally asked to help you defeat the fire cult because
It would help
That
them.
turned out well.
Well, at least she showed up and helped us get out there alive. Though, I don't really owe her much. She did attack all of us, technically. Even if she didn't herself. Have I mentioned I hate cults?
Oh yeah, I joined the club. Although not that club, which is the club in town, which is the bad club.
Oh,
But you know
yeah.
what I mean.
I don't want to jump to that club. I feel like that club would be very exclusive. They would like me. I'd probably set them all in, fire or lightning or really anything. Bury them alive.
So, we finalize our plan.
Yep.
We go. Are we sold with going via the water, or do we want to try something else?
I'm good with going by water, I guess. I mean, as long as we're not staying in the water, because again, water cult,
No.
water,
We're just
water
we're just
elementals.
we're just getting in there, and then going. So, and then there's at the dock. There's a short way to one of the towers. Sneak in there, and then just slowly work our way through the towers on the outside, wreaking havoc.
Yeah.
And then go into the middle.
That would work. I say get So in there and she could do a lot of work. The rest of us,
Yeah, absolutely.
it's going to be very tricky to be quiet. Do we have any spells that are a little more subtle?
I do have invisibility.
So do I.
Good. Because I don't think me throwing lightning around is going to really be subtle.
No, definitely not.
I mean, I could call a moonbeam down. Not so subtle either.
Oh,
I've got a couple things. I mean, I don't know. Fog cloud could be useful to hide our entrance from coming up from the water. I'll just make a fog roll in from the water, and then we can kind of use that to cover us.
I can do that too.
Insight, please, on that idea.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll that?
No, this is purely Kip. Insight or Arcana?
Make that Arcana then.
Yeah.
Definitely, which is a +5, so 16.
16. You think that the, again, having problems with the rolling didn't come through, but you think that they might have an inkling of fogs, and they might have some of those around. You've known that, like, some of these cultists have some magical prowess, and they may suspect a fog rolling in as a suspicious thing.
Okay. Actually, maybe not. It's kind of a water type magic, because it's actually doing the water in the air, so they'd probably know that.
True.
I think we just go by night, if anything.
Are the walls made of stone?
yes.
Well, I guess I'll just go right through the walls.
Or we could do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I forgot to mention mountain trick. You know, walking through the
But
stone is kind of a
still
fun
think
thing.
we should still. I would still think if we approach via the land, we'll be seen from miles away.
Oh yeah, but if we go underwater towards the stone and just go through it.
Yeah. But then how do we get in? You can get in, but then how do we follow?
If we
I suppose you
wanted
could
to,
drop
I could take a couple. It'd take a little bit, but I could do technically it as a ritual.
But then does that just affect yourself?
It affects whoever I cast it on. So in a way, I could just keep casting it until we're all in.
Okay. How long will that take?
About 10 minutes.
Each.
Yes.
That's a long time for us to be hanging outside a fortress trying to infiltrate.
Oh, I only have to do it for what, 1 or 2 of you. I can fly up, so can go around invisible. Everything's good. 2 of us get in pretty quickly.
I think it'd be better if you do it once, then drop a rope down for all of us to climb, because the rest of us are quite agile. So.
True. Should I let So go in then with the spell, and I'll fly up, and then we can drop the rope. That way, 2 of us are in, 2 of us are outside.
Yeah, that could work.
I was wondering, what are we trying to achieve?
We're trying to get rid of them.
Do they have a leader?
We want to get rid of all of these fuckers. All of these cults. Because
if we know where the leader is, we could try and take the leader out specifically.
There was a manuscript. Yeah, there was a manuscript, a letter of correspondence that I found in the Earth cult. And they were trying to summon some kind of earth elemental thing, and then we found out the fire people were trying to do the same. And I saw a message in the air temple, which was something about All Hydra, who can I also... I feel like they're all up to something bad. And
they're all basically trying to bring doom to the world.
Yeah.
What's new?
I think that might be the case. Remember the fire cult were talking about burning everything and cleansing fire and...
By the way,
you know...
Karsh, just as like a side note, of all the people we've been fighting in these cults, are most of them human?
Most of them are, yes, but there's a mix.
Okay. Just wanted to clarify if they're mostly human, or is it like mixtures of different races, or...
Meg will know that the pirates on this side are pretty much all going to be human.
I need to pop.
What's new?
So I'll be right back.
Humans being stupid and trying to murder everyone. What a guess.
Taking the Elven High Road.
Taking the half-elf high road. I don't care about my elven friends. I don't care about my human friends either. I'm not either of those races.
Yes, you're not from Stockholm. No, not from Stockholm.
Technically, I was raised by something completely different.
That is true. So the day is a day spent planning. And you're not going to head out. You're going to actually just plan. You're going to go through the festival the next day, and then you're going to head out. The festival, unless there's anything else that happens or anything planning you need to do, or supplies or provisions that you need to get arranged, you can just say we got that and done. Not that fast about that. The morning of the festival arrives. There's a large stage set. Let's close the map. There's a large stage set in the town marketplace where the festivities are planned to be to take place. There is booths for voting. And there's the four or five candidates. 1, 2, 3, 4 candidates. Endrith Velavor from Velavor Sundries. Halia Hanadrom from the bathhouse and clothing store. Mango Brow Lauren from the bakery. And Magla Tanla from the clothiers. And I hate these names. At the start of the morning, when all the kids are about and everyone's running, everyone's excitement, there's going to be a festival. They're called to, usually a mayor would do the announcements and open the proceedings, but because there is no mayor and this is about elections, there's a large crowd gathered, and from all the outlying farms. The population in Red Lark has exploded for this. It's not just for those that live in Red Lark, but the surrounds. It's as if it's a market day, but times about 3 or 4, where all the families are in, not just the parents bringing or the workers bringing produce. So each of the candidates make their own speeches at the start of the day to open the proceedings. Endrith, he comes across, he openly says in his speech that while I'm one of the older statesmen in town and I want to do best for the town, don't vote for me, vote for somebody else. I'm probably going to die of old age anyway, so vote for everybody else. Don't worry about me. If they do something wrong, don't worry, I will be speaking to them, but vote for them instead. And that he's openly... Yes?
Immediately, Maeve was like, I want to vote for them.
Why did he run?
He was volunteered.
I think he has to. Yeah.
And he was also volunteered.
Yeah. Maybe it's that's the one I want to vote for. Once he dies, we'll cause more chaos.
Yeah. He actually gets applause for being so open and for being, etc. Halia takes a very different tact. She talks about how the town has grown and how she's witnessed, how she's made friendships, and how she has heard all the stories of the town, and how she has witnessed so many great things and wants to continue those great things. And her speech goes on, and she's quite well spoken. But can I get an insight check, please?
Isn't this the Clothier?
This is the bathhouse in Clothier.
Yeah, the one that May was like, that's that bitch.
Yeah, and she does also mention that, and you all know who you should vote for. Holy, you have a what is your plus on your insight?
An 8.
I've got a roll of I've got Meg's roll of 5, and then I've got Emmy's, then I've got Maver's 27 come up on my screen. It was like, yeah.
Hi.
You don't have to look yet. When she says that she's heard all the stories and that she also closes, you know who you should vote for, do you think she's actually implying that she knows all the stories, all the gossip, and she has secrets on other people, and she therefore knows those secrets? So that comes across quite, she does it quite subtly, but with a 27, oh my god. Yeah, you pick up that subtlety, that there's something else going on there. Mango Brow from the bakery is a gorgeous old lady who comes across as a mother, and while she doesn't say anything spectacular, she doesn't say anything of note, she certainly seems to come across as the person that wants to do best for the town and the children of the town. And when she when it comes across as children, she also means adults of the town. There's very much a that motherly, grandmotherly.
Yeah,
that's how she.
Everyone is their children.
Yes.
Like, this is her family. This is all her extended family, basically.
Yes.
What did I miss?
So the speeches of the openings of the procedures. Endrith pretty much says, "Don't vote for me, vote for everyone else." And Helena, at least Maeve got the idea that she knows all the rumours and gossip of town, and she's going to use it as blackmail if people don't vote for her.
Yep.
Mango Bar from the bakery comes across as the grandmother or the motherly figure of the town, and while she doesn't really say anything spectacular, there's that feeling of that, like, she still wants to work for the town's benefit. The last person that comes up is Maglia Talna, and she more talks about the loss of business in town with the closures of the quarries and some of the businesses, and that we really should be pushing forward and focusing on rebuilding those businesses and making the town a profit so that no one has to be taxed, and so that we can have our own town guard, we can have our own force to protect us in case of troubles, and if they do make a good profit, and I'm sure that we can, that we can possibly even subsidise some of the produce in town, and possibly even subsidise transporting some of our goods elsewhere to make a bigger profit elsewhere, maybe even sell it into the city. So she comes to us very much as a businesswoman.
That sounds very optimistic.
Yes.
So far, the only lady I like is the old lady.
Yeah. Can I get a perception check, please, from those as well, or from that speech?
Perception.
Yes.
Does she have like hands on her note and on her hand, like notes on her hand?
notes. No, there's no notes on the hand. But you notice not her, but you notice like at the side of the stage, Helena, really, really annoyed at this person. Like there is hidden disgust of this person, also being the second clothier in town.
Maybe it's just gonna like drop that hit of info of hey, back when we were at the the bathhouse, she didn't really like this lady at all.
Yeah,
she told us actively not to vote for her.
And Helena was the one who blackmailed everyone.
Yes, that's the lady from the bathhouse.
She very subtly, I mean, when I say subtly, Maeve got an insight of 27. Very subtly implied that she knows all the stories. She's heard all the stories of town, and that at the end she closed with, "You know who you should vote for."
Which, by the way, I want to mention. Well, maybe it looks like she was like spacey at the bathhouse. She's listening in. She's like, "Yeah, I'm listening to everything you're saying, and you're full of crap."
Yeah. So after that, the sheriff then takes the stage, and thanks everyone for attending. I know this is a first for the town. By the end of the day, the town of Red Lark will have a mayor or mayoress. Most likely mayoress. I'm sorry, Valivor, but you are telling people not to vote for you, but I'm sure you'll get some votes anyway, just for saying don't vote for me.
Maybe over here, like, can I drop that ballot in?
So I just want to say good luck to all the candidates, and we'll be moving forward from this point on. But I also want to talk about the recent events here. There has been a lot of rumours flying around. I will confirm that, yes, there's been mass arrests. We had to deputise many of the wagon guards recently. And there has been a sinister group directing the town for over many years for their own ends. They have been rounded up, they have been arrested, and they will be dealt with shortly. I know there's a lot of concern, and please, we are dealing with things, and I know you have friends there, but please understand that their crimes are quite serious, and even though you have known these people for a long time, they have been up to no good. I also want to point out that some of the buildings and some of the areas of the town are closed, some of the businesses, because of this. Please stay out of those buildings. They're still under investigation. We've had a break-in of one of those buildings, and we are investigating that break-in. The quarries are dangerous. Please stay away from them. And although the entrance, the hole to whatever it was underneath the town has been sealed, please, if you do find another entrance or you find another way in, etc., please contact the guard immediately, and we will have it sealed up. We will have it investigated. Please do not go into any cave or anything that looks like there's a cave that leads under this town by yourself. Please contact one of the authorities. I also want to point out, he's really bringing the mood down, by the way, in all this.
Yeah.
Really bringing the mood down. I'd also like to point out that while there's going to be a lot of food and a lot of drink and a lot of festivities, please don't get overboard with the alcohol. It may be flowing freely, but you don't want to be waking up in the quarry after falling off the edge. And also, please vote responsibly. Don't understand why we're doing this, and understand that we're going to move forward. So have fun, and we're going to have a lot of festivities. We're going to have some fun, and we're going to pass off to one of our newest priests in the village, and he passes off to Jalen, who then takes the stage. You have not met Jelen. Jelen is a lady in the mid-30s. She's colourfully dressed, very, very richly dressed and very colourful, and she has a massive smile. Her hair is done up. There's flowers in her hair. She has a massive, broad smile. She's just oozing charisma. She says, "Welcome, all people. Welcome. I'm sorry the constable brought things down a little, but we're here to have fun. We're here to enjoy the festival. We're here to enjoy ourselves. We're here to move on. This is a time of rebirth and a time of rejoice because we are here to elect new leadership. So we have some competitions throughout the day. I know we're taking time." Yep.
I'm just gonna whisper to Mava. Does it? I mean, does the constant thing of rebirth not bother you? Because that's exactly what the Fire Cult was saying.
Yeah, don't worry. I've already been checking that out. I really want to check this lady out. She seems very creepy. Why is she always smiling? People don't always smile like that.
Because they were all about burn everything and rebirth from the ashes, and that use of language is very suspicious to me.
Can we insight check her?
You can insight check her, yes.
Can I give?
It's gonna be like individual insights.
Okay.
Oh, no, mine's terrible, but I'll try.
Yeah.
You know, you can also give guidance to yourself.
True. I'll do that. Because I really don't like this lady. She gives me a really bad feeling.
Yeah.
Might as well join in the fun. No, she seems cool.
If it is ever a time.
I rolled low, but it's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
So we got a 16, we got a 13.
13.
And we didn't get Meg's come through.
Oh, didn't it come through? I got a 4.
No, you don't, that's not good enough. No.
She seems trustworthy to me.
Okay.
Meg's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I like her. She's stylish.
Yeah.
She's smiling.
Yeah. So she seems to be fervent in her belief that that rebirth and renewal is the way to go. But you don't know where that's coming from.
Okay.
So she continues saying, we're going to have a lot of festival games, and we're going to have some fun. We're going to have a tug of war games. We're going to have tests of strength. We're going to have tests of balance, and we've even been having a cooking competition. So we're going to need some judges for that as well. So those that are not entered, I know a lot of the townsfolk are entered, and a lot of the surrounding families have entered. So we're going to need some testers for that as well, some judges, and also some helpers for the other other bits and pieces throughout the day. So I would like to declare the Rebirth Festival of Redlark open. Welcome everyone, and let's have a great day. And there's a big cheer. Yes?
Montage start.
Oh no.
Montage start.
Right before the montage starts, leans down to Kip like, and this is usually when the fire starts.
You do see a lot of children running about. They seem to be having fun throughout the day. Are you going to help? Are you going to help with any of the games or any of the bits and pieces?
Kip won't.
Kip won't.
What were they again? Test the strength, which none of us have strength.
Yeah. There's cooking competition.
Oh, you know So's gonna be in that.
Yeah.
So wants to do that.
Are you volunteering So for the cooking competition?
Oh yes, definitely.
Okay, she's going to be one of the judges.
And Meg.
In the cooking competition.
I volunteer Meg.
Yep. There's a debating competition.
So drags Meg along.
Pushes Kip towards the debate, like, go debate. You're good. You're good at arguing.
The debating competition
all right.
is a strange subject, though. This debating competition is about the debate is about worshipping evil gods or not worshipping any gods, which is worse.
None.
Yes. There's also
Out
a
of
gaming.
character.
Yes. Out of
Out of
character.
character, I know.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I don't know what. I know out of character, but what happens in both those scenarios.
Yeah.
But I don't know as Kip, so.
Yeah. So there's also table games as well, being led by the other new priest, and as you're walking past the table games, there's like a bunch of kids walking around, and they look to be rolling dice. They look to be gambling all around the tables.
Got it, young.
Yeah. So yeah, the other priest is a priest of luck, gambling. So he's running those. There's also a balance competition, a balance beam set up. There's a pit of downed pillows underneath the balance beam.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there's lots of different bits and pieces.
I feel like the balance thing would be like so good for because Arona would be actually good at that.
Yeah, at first Kip is reluctant to get into the debate, but then he really gets into it.
He's like
Maven
just
knows
sitting
best.
there, listening to the arguments, and he's like, "You're all fucking idiots."
Look, that argument is an ad hominem. The nature of the person's character does not change the views of the.
I love it. I love it.
If you start barking up from the crowd, you're brought up on stage to then start to do a full.
Oh
stage.
yeah, no. Kip's all about that because he's like okay.
You're in that mindset.
You need to consider whether one person's suffering is less more than 1 million people's happiness. So
Yeah, you're totally in that mindset of
getting into that philosophy.
Yep. So is anyone else doing anything else in there?
Because I want to, and I feel like it'd be in character, because so would probably be like, Mava, you've got animal powers and all this. Why don't you go try your test to, balance? Because I'm actually pretty good at, keeping my feet up. And I'm just gonna, just because it's probably dexterity based, right?
Well, so what happens first is the children, the balance on the children is the first one to go through. So the first few, the first several hours, couple hours, let's say, is the children playing around and doing it and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
So then it comes time for the adults to then start, and you notice that the adults ahead of you, each one of them falls. I mean, it's a small little, it's not a beam, but it's about the size of a rope. It's very thin. It's not going to be easy. So by the time it gets to you, can I have a essentially dexterity or check?
I'm guessing acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Cool, because I planned on using enhanced ability, Cat's Grace, who'd give me advantage on dexterity checks.
Wow, so the druid cheats, of course.
I mean, so is the one who would give her the idea. She'd be like, oh, I can do that easily.
Yep, no problem.
Just blame
I have a number in mind. But if as you're walking up to there's a few steps up, you're about 5 foot up, and below you is just pillows, down pillows that have been donated by the chicken farmers, the poultry farmers, and they're just spread out 5 foot low. The kids have been having lots of fun jumping off deliberately onto them, but as you said, not a single adult has passed the, say, 15-foot gap. Or is it 20-foot gap of walking across them?
And I need to roll guidance, because definitely not forgetting that, so let's see. That's going to put me at 25.
Okay, at 25, you almost get it to the end, and it's really, really slippery for some reason. You're walking across, and the first slip, and you something's wrong, and you get to the end, and you actually you get to the end, and you step off, and your feet like are wet, and as you walk off, your feet like essentially take up more mud than normal, more dirt than normal on your feet. But there's a huge cheer that you actually made it. You're the only one that's made it across. Like that last step was really like you were falling and you just stepped to safety to get that last step across and rushed it. Even on a 25. But there's something wrong.
I guess after that she's like, man, I did good there, but that's also really weird.
Yeah.
Gonna go get Kip and be like, hey.
The next person
Kip,
steps up and just falls off instantly. Just like most.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, Neva's definitely gonna grab Kip and just be like, okay, enough of debating. Come here really quick.
We'll finish this another time. All right. What is it?
You jump off stage and just walk off to the crowd.
Neva's like, can you just like detect magic and see if there's something wrong with that rope? There's something there that's just wrong.
Sure. I won't ritual cast. I'll just spend the slot.
Yep.
Cast detect magic.
You're looking at the feet, and like there's no magical radiance, but you can see there's a substance that's covering the bottom of his feet. The bottom of Maver's feet, her feet.
And over at the obstacle course.
You can't see it on the beam, like on the bar that they're walking across, but there's certainly like it's shinier than you'd think, but like only just detectable.
I think someone might have greased up the beams. Maybe. That'd
be weird. Why would you do that? I mean, then how would anybody ever make it across?
Over.
I mean, do you win anything for winning? Because I just crossed it, but that didn't really seem like
there's no prizes, but there's the I did this.
Looks at him like
get a badge.
That doesn't seem like it's useful. That seems like a waste of time for magic.
Sells, but it's not that drastic.
Yeah, I don't get it. Why even do that? Couldn't you just use regular grease or oil?
I have no idea.
You think that they've used grease?
The spell he uses?
No, not spell, but someone has greased. Someone has greased the pole that they're walking across.
There's no spell on there. It's just been greased.
Yes.
That's it's almost exactly like the spell I use. So yeah, no, that's grease.
That's gross. It's
Actual
on my feet.
Grease. Do you want me to clean that for you?
No, I'm gonna go rub it in mud.
I mean, I can just do it with the spell.
Oh, that's true, I guess. I guess I would be mad if I went around with dirty clothes and stuff again.
I cast prestidigitation and remove the grease, and only the grease.
Yeah, leave the dirt, leave the dust.
She's already got like twigs back in her hair and everything. She's already braided it again. Like, yep.
It's like instant back to.
She walks out of a bathhouse into a forest of just everything.
You just walk through a bush.
Yeah, exactly.
So, is there anything else any other challenges or any other bits and pieces you're looking for? There is there's weightlifting as well. There's a hide and go seek game for the children.
I'm gonna be at the
sack races.
At the baking competition. I'm gonna be there doing like the taste test.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I'm like, this one has too much salt, and like, yeah, I could taste it.
Great Red Light Bake Off.
Can I have a fort save, please?
Constitution?
Yeah, so Constitution. I'm still stuck in Pathfinder. Constitution.
Am I eating
save,
too many sweets? 17.
Okay, 17.
Poison, you die.
Well, you're going through things and you're saying you're judging and the competition and like some of the other judges they're feeling a little queasy, and like they just one says back in a moment, and runs off behind some buildings. And you can hear the hurling behind the buildings.
Are you right, sir?
I think it was something I ate.
I'll go get you some water, and I'll go get some water and bring it back to the dude.
Yeah. He's thankful, and he's looking. And after about 10 minutes, with some water, he's looking a little less green, and he thanks you for your time and for your. I don't know which cake that was from, but one of those cakes has certainly turned foul. It's as if someone, I don't know.
Elbows Kip.
Could
elbow.
Could I taste
What?
which one?
Why would I
Like
make
when
a
I was
cake?
tasting them? Could I tell?
No, you didn't taste anything foul.
Elbows Kip.
Like,
Like
there's interesting tastes.
What?
There's a lot of different things in there, but you didn't taste anything that was, that caused you to be ill.
I'm gonna go smell them.
Mm-hmm.
See if I could smell.
Do you have a perception?
That'd just be a normal perception because I don't have anything special.
Yep. You may have to
will
taste
do
them to
Yes,
do it properly.
11.
Yeah, 11, you think you may have to taste them to do it properly, like to retaste them, and to now you're thinking like one of these might be a bit off. But you need to actually taste.
I'll try them and taste it again to try and figure out which one's not good.
Meanwhile, the sack races for the kids have concluded, and there's a call out for sack races for the adults.
Pass.
so
I
Kip.
didn't think I'd be doing. Imagine So would do that. So would definitely do that.
Kip, did you notice something that's very odd to me? But
What?
people seem to be getting. They fall down, get sick, and things are happening, but only to the adults. Now, remember somebody stabbed a piece of paper in our door?
Are the kids pranking the adults?
Yes. Wouldn't it be obvious? Why would why would there be grease on the ropes? Why would people be getting sick from eating cake?
Little shits.
But notice that none of the kids got hurt for any of it.
No, it makes sense. This is. It's not overly malicious. It's just kind of
Petty little
inconvenient.
jokes.
Yeah.
After you've had this little minor discussion, Meg, did you do a perception and it didn't come through? If you wanted to
Perception.
taste, you don't smell anything off, but you need to taste if you want to go that far.
Oh, that's a natural 1
Yeah,
and a 5.
yeah. I'm going to give it an automatic fail on a Constitution save, where you found one, but you're the one that's you've gotten hit by it, and
I'm
you're
gonna
feeling
go
a
run
lot
off
more
behind
green.
a building and throw up.
Oh my god! Meg's running off to go throw up and is like, no.
And Meg's a little bit more green.
greener.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little greener than normal.
And after Kip and Maeve are having this conversation, like that realization that the kids may be doing tricks and doing pranks, you hear a shout from the sack racers, and it's an angry adult shout, where and there's some concern going on and some raised voices, and quickly it's apparent that one of the adults is glued into the sack.
How on earth did they get access to glue?
Parents aren't really known to watch their kids' behaviors. I ran around the forest a lot. My mother never really checked. I really have very good examples of that.
Oh my god. I did.
And
No,
and
please don't
as,
mind me. I'm gonna go check on Meg because I think Meg's going about hand that bush and throwing up.
and as there's commotion over that, Meg, you see some children running past through the bushes, through the out buildings and through the bushes in the distance, and several of them have cups of drink, and you can see two of the larger ones carrying a small keg.
God no.
But
Almost as,
alcohol.
almost as if that they've caused a distraction, and then they've now raided the drink stand. Now the adults are.
Nick doesn't say anything. It goes back to throwing up.
Maybe I was gonna come over and just give you a nice slap on the back with a lesser restoration.
Now I feel better. Thank you. I think that
welcome.
last slap got it all out.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So we found out that me and Kip pasted together. The kids are obviously doing it.
Oh, okay.
They're,
Um,
I guess, pranking everyone. It's probably not that nice, honestly. Like, you could do a little better, honestly.
I'm gonna go want some water.
Probably a good idea. You should really do that.
Sit down for a little bit.
Do that.
Okay.
I would help with the sacrifice thing over there, but honestly, it's kind of funny. I like watching that guy fall over a lot.
Oh,
I might go enjoy that more as a cat.
okay. And I go find a bench and some water, and I sit down and have a drink.
I go prance around in a tree somewhere as a cat, watching everyone fall over repeatedly, and not being able to get out of the sack.
Yep.
I'm awful.
Kip's-
I never said I was a
Kip's
good person.
Kip's definitely just being kind of a bit grumpy and
Mm-hmm.
he's trying, but he can't bring himself to enjoy this. Not what he.
Go back
So-
to the debate. Go back to fighting.
Well,
Um,
it's
Just
just
gonna sit there
the-
and enjoy it.
it's
Nice.
always hanging over.
The festival continues on, and we'll montage it through where just little incidents happen throughout the rest of the day. Say like one of the tug of war ropes is very slippery. One of them's not slippery enough, and again is glued. The food goes missing off some of the tables. Labels go missing. The priest, like the table games, they misplace their dice. Just little things go throughout the day.
In fact, what's Kip throughout the entire thing is watching the new priest.
Hmm.
Just
The
watching
woman?
her behavior.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's really happy, over the top. Like doesn't stop smiling the entire time, even
He's ready
when
to stab us in the back.
there's like
Yeah.
like all these little incidences. She just takes them in her stride, and she just continues on. She's always got a little solution for them, a little workaround, but she's hard to read because she's always got this almost mask of like positivity, happiness, and like it's really
After
she's.
Gahilda, I'm not trusting anyone.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I got such a bad feeling about her.
Mm-hmm.
Mava comes up at some point while you're watching her, just cat form, sitting there, swishing tail back and forth as she stares at the woman.
I'm
Wow.
not scratching you. I know it's you. I'm not scratching you. That would be weird.
Like, pause at you, like, Mao.
Mal.
No.
Poke. Rubs, like, head against you.
So, are you voting at all throughout the day as well?
No.
I definitely think Mava's keeping an eye on who's voting for who.
You don't know
Also,
who's voting
because
for
now
who?
she...
The secret ballots.
Gonna go. She's Just gonna kind of
Okay.
watch and look at people as she's in cat form. She's a cat. Nobody's gonna go, there's a cat watching me.
Oh, so you're going to try to spy on them as a cat?
Yes. Basically, I'm gonna
Okay.
sit up higher in a tree while just watching people and being like,
Okay.
what are you doing?
So it is supposed to be a secret ballot, and you spy on the secret ballot as an animal. You notice the election, like as you go through the day, the election is certainly tipping in the favour of the bathhouse lady, of Helena. Although Manglebal is not too far behind, but in between the two of them, Maglia, the more businesslike lady, is in between the two of those. And you do notice a couple of people actually do vote for Endrith from Velivor, even though he's told people not to.
Okay. So from what it's looking like, it's bathhouse lady, business lady, and then the other person who I don't know.
The
other lady, the old
grandmotherly,
lady.
yes.
Yeah.
So his best friend, the baker.
Yeah. Does it look like how many votes are they behind?
You can't really tell. You're just like getting a
Just kind of getting a glimpse of them.
glimpse, like a glimpse of like where the polls essentially are going to be running.
Yeah. I think at some point, maybe wants to come back in normal form with So and vote towards, she's like, this person needs the most help. Let's vote for them instead, because I want to tip the favors towards somebody else. Personally, against the bathhouse lady, because personally, don't like her.
Mm-hmm. To the motherly
And,
one, or to the...
I like the motherly lady a lot, but she's further behind,
She
so I'd
is?
probably go with the business lady. Just because I want to tip the favors into somebody else's hands who might have more power over that lady. Also because I know that the bathhouse lady would be very, very bitter if she didn't win and that other lady won. Personally. I'm also going to drag Meg along and be like, hey Meg, you should totally vote with us. Come on. Come on.
Okay,
So wants us to vote. Let's go. This person.
So what do? Do I just write?
Just write down this lady's name. Like Mangled Brow, is that who you said? Mangled? How do you say this name?
I'll bring it across again. So...
That's the person we're voting for, because I'm like, I want to tip the favors just to make the bathhouse lady feel awful.
Okay.
Mango Barrel.
Oh wait, no, that's that's the wrong one. That's the baker.
lady.
This is the one you're talking about. Maglia.
Oh god.
Okay. Oh.
Well, let's vote for the lady that has a closer name to me.
Okay. I'll vote for her.
And I guess that's 3 votes. Oh, I really kind of want to...
I'm going to have So do an influence. Because I know Peach is not here, but this is someone that Peach has has certainly had a relationship with. So I'll do an influence roll from her, just as an extra.
Yeah, I don't want to have, because I know So would probably do things that are gonna affect it, but I can't be her, so I don't know what to do to affect outcome.
I think Peach would go for the baker.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I was thinking more of her probably doing persuasions along the day to try and help people go and vote for somebody.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to do, a persuasion.
Okay. Depending on how that goes, then I'll probably see about us voting for the baker, because that would be the most help.
Yeah. Okay, she doesn't. She doesn't do well enough. Plus 10, still an 11.
Oh. Well, backup option.
Yeah.
Hey Meg, can you maybe make me or So invisible?
Yes. I
Personally,
make you
So
both.
because I could go into. Oh, you can make
I
us
can
both.
make you both invisible.
Good. Come with me for a second. Just the 3 going off behind a bush, going, let's go invisible.
Okay,
And
I'll
work
cast
with
my spell.
gonna work with So to go and change some of the balance. Because
is
I
so
feel like this would
bad.
be an in-so thing.
Oh my god.
Yep. And who are you changing the belts for?
The baker.
So you're totally going to go for the baker now?
Yes.
This is
I'm
after
totally gonna do that.
voting for the other one.
Oh, I'm gonna change that because like, if So's gonna vote for the baker, I'm gonna vote with her.
Yeah.
Because I don't have any stakes in this.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that the
You
bathhouse
just
lady
want
doesn't
chaos.
win. I want chaos, and I want the bathhouse lady to lose.
Who's here for the chaos?
Okay.
I am.
So at the end of the day, the tallies are made, and again, there's little incidents throughout the day. The tallies are made, and the new mayor is going to be the baker.
Evil.
Wouldn't have been if you didn't go
Shock.
invisible and totally cheat.
Oh my god, who would have ever done that?
Yeah. But
Wow, it's almost art imitates life.
Christ, you-
not
Such a
going to
good
get into that
person.
comment. Not going into
I
that
am-
comment. But
Look, I'm true neutral.
Oh,
I
the,
tend to go to the things that balance out.
yeah,
The what's it called? The clothing chick has like the surprise Pikachu face.
She's got the Hillary Clinton. Oh, I lost. It's just like, yeah, you lost.
so the bathhouse lady is certainly not happy, and she looks.
Maybe it's just taking in that expression and enjoying it.
She's looking at specific people throughout the crowd, and you don't know who she's looking at, but she's certainly looking at people which you think the rumors are going to start flying, and secrets are going to start flying in coming
Chaos.
weeks and months.
Meg totally oblivious.
Yes.
Chaos starting.
And there's of course the acceptance speech where she's very appreciative, and she thinks that it's thank you for your support. I hope that we can move forward on things, and we can bring prosperity and just stability back to town once more. And we should have some new building projects coming up and running shortly as well. There'll be a lot of work in the next coming weeks, so please don't stress if things aren't moving quickly, but there will be a lot of things going on, a lot of planning to be had first. And thank you so much. And and the day kind of finishes with that type of thing. The children do not attack the festival at all.
Good. Minor pranks is fine.
Minor pranks, yes. I just want to point out that those type of pranks, and specifically some of those pranks, were actually done by the Rise of the Goblin Lords at a festival at the opening episode. So I'm taking inspiration from the players from another show that we also run. So yeah.
I like it.
And it's not strategic planning, it is totally cheating. And yeah. So the day ends uneventful without the big attack from the children, because she totally
Well, that's
annoyed
good.
my plans.
Maeve was just happy. She's like
You
just
okay,
enjoying
Sky?
watching this lady.
You okay, Sky? Bit
I'm
late?
so tired.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's not that late, but I just had a really long and really hectic day.
Yeah.
I'm so
I can see it. We can end here at the end of the festival.
Do we get our reply from Waterdeep?
Oh,
You
yeah.
get your reply at the end of the day. The reply is, it's essentially, fine. Make your own plans. The more you spend on the outside, the less you can spend on the inside. We'll have another one drawn up shortly.
Sounds good to me. I don't really care about most of the other buildings that we're gonna add. I just want the place to be defensible.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Plus, if it's a defensible wall, I can add ivy all over the wall because I'm a crazy druid who wants to go and put ivy all over the wall.
which makes it so much harder for climbing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the thing. No, it really,
That
makes
was
it easier to
sarcasm.
climb.
That's on the outside of the wall. Don't worry.
No, that's sarcasm. It's so much easier to climb ivy than
Yeah.
it is to climb.
No. Mava has a one-track mind.
Yeah, so it's less a defensive wall,
Overgrow everything.
more defensive ladder.
I could do it on the inside, guys. It's fine. It hasn't happened just yet.
Right. So we'll end it
Like
here because
really- Really
And-
weak ivy. at
We're all
one point.
tired, but
Yeah.
me especially.
yeah, I can see it. I can see it. And for those that are watching this for first time or are not familiar, there's a couple of from Australia. So this is morning for us. Near is from the US. Peach is usually from the US when she's here as well, but and it's like evening there, early evening or evening there. But Sky is coming to us from the UK. We're super late, and
And usually I'm fine because I have coffee and I try and get a little bit of sleep beforehand.
Yeah.
Just to like have an afternoon nap too. But today that's not been possible. The coffee's done jack shit. I'm so tired.
yeah, so totally understand. So we'll call it there, and we'll come back next week, where you're not going to be here, Sky.
No, I'm not. I'm not here next week.
Hopefully, Peach is going to be here. We may have a new cast member starting next week. May not. We'll have to work things out there. I've got a character concept. There was a character concept mentioned last night. We'll see how it goes. We'll start working on that. And whoa, okay.
Oh, something came through.
I'll be honest I'll be honest, from the Roll20 application, I wanted to check this out. Hope you guys, good night. No problems.
Oh.
And we'll randomly assign that because that's actually a chat dice for one of our cast members. So we'll put
Nice.
we'll put it up here. And yes, Joe, I do know who you are. Yes, I did recognize the name instantly. So we'll put a chat dice right in the middle as a random chat dice for the next time that we come in. And I'll probably forget that it's in the middle and probably forget why it's sitting there in the middle. But I'll put it there so remind me that we're going to have a random chat dice next time we start.
Don't worry, we'll all forget.
We'll all forget, which
Yep.
totally happens. We're totally professionals here. That's kind of a thing. So yeah, we'll come back next week. We'll see how we go, and we'll miss you next week, Sky. And we'll be back, I think, for the Halloween specials, which we're doing at the end of the month. We're going to have one shots where the cast members from all the shows are going to be mixed up a little bit, and we're going to play cool little one shots. It may be the same one shot between all of them. We're trying to get the other two up and running quickly, so we're going to have 3 different one shots. So yeah, thank you for the spam, although I'd rather ham instead of spam. So that's going to happen at the end of the month. We're also going to have a cosplay chat at the end of the month as well. That's going to be on the Sunday night for the US times, the Monday mornings for us in Australia, where we're going to have Near, we're going to have Emmy, and we're also going to have my old boss come in. And because although he doesn't do cosplay, he does costumes as an entertainer in the entertainment industry, circus industry specifically, and very much the similar or same techniques used, or at least from my point of perspective, for cosplaying, but it's less copying a character or an image from pop culture, but actually creating one from scratch, kind of. Or a unique take because of copyright and stuff. So we're gonna have a chat, and we're gonna have a very different chat because I've got no idea about cosplaying. I've never done it, so it's going to be very educational for me. I even working circus industry for 10 years. I've never really. I've dressed up. I worked it out 4 times in 10 years as a professional. 15 years as amateur or whatever. So it's going to be interesting, at least for me. So that's going to happen also on that week of Halloween. We're going to pretty much have a Halloween week. So yay. Yep. Also, check out our Discord, check out our socials. We're going to be launching our other channel probably tomorrow, which is also a big thing. So we have another channel. We've kind of taken all the Let's Plays off this channel because it distracts away from the role-playing, the focus. So we're going to put the sim racing and the Let's Plays onto Karsh the Goblin. So Twitch TV Karsh the Goblin, that's where it's going to be. It was a test channel before going live on there, and we're going to rebrand it for Let's Plays and just non-role-playing focused stuff. Because I wanted to keep this very, very focused. So that's that. Sky, before you fall asleep, please.
Hey, I'm Sky Shakes. I'm tired. Bye.
Yep.
Pass out.
And you can
I
find.
play Kip.
Yep.
At Sky Blue Shanks on Twitter and SoundCloud.
Yep, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, check out the stuff on SoundCloud. Awesome stuff. Commissions may not be open when he's awake.
They're on pause at the moment just because I've got a few.
Yeah, there's a lot. And Emmy, where can we find you?
Hi, I'm Emmy. You can find me over at Gathering of Nerds. That's twitch.tv/Gathering of Nerds. And we do D&D one-shots. Next month, we're doing our Show for a Cure live stream, which is going to be tons of fun.
4 weeks away. Well, 4 weeks minus 1 day away.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have 4 weeks left of hair.
So go
I will be in deepest, darkest Africa, so sorry I won't be able to make it.
Oh, okay.
You can donate before then. And
you can see all the clips.
I'm sure there's going to be lots of clips on the phone.
Yeah, of like people getting pied in the face and all sorts
Yep.
of things.
It's true. It'll be fun.
Yep. And Nia?
Oh yeah. Hey everyone. I'm Near. I don't really say much with social media right now because I don't have much going on.
Yeah.
You can find me on twitch.tv/Goblin Cave though, where I play in both Children of the Salt Marsh and Rusty Daggers. And you can catch me next week on Tuesday, hopefully, where I'll be here again. And not yesterday where I wasn't, because I was out with friends and helping people unpack and move houses.
Awesome. And just the stuff for Gathering with Nerds, they also have a new merch store, which they have totally shitty merch.
We haven't got it yet.
No.
But it was a joke last night. We should make a t-shirt that just says there's shitty overpriced merch.
Yep. Which I mocked up and sent while it's still live.
Yes.
But they don't have merch. No. But if you go over to the channel, they're really fun to watch. They do Let's Plays around the table, not over this. They're really entertaining. Good group of friends. And it comes across.
We still have technical difficulties.
Oh, yeah.
As proven last night.
Yeah. So we're going to finish up the show. We're going to raid the same person we raided yesterday. He took Chibi. I can't pronounce her first name, like the first part of the stream's name, but we're going to raid her. She's a D&D artist.
Chibi?
That's exactly who it is. Yes.
Yep. She's actually the artist I use for all my art. So hey.
Awesome. She's a local streamer. She's local
awesome.
Australian artist. She was doing role playing last night. She's doing art today. So we're going to raid her. Share the love. Something. We bring warm, wet hearts, or we bring the loves. If you're a subscriber, our hearts are warm and wet, and sparing of course, the Goblin Cave heart mode. So that's kind of pretty much our raid. We'll have to get one sensible at some point, but we're gonna head off. So thank you for following. Thank you for joining us and the donations, and everything. So have fun and enjoy role playing and everything. Bye.
Bye.